Hello there, I'm Thodius, and welcome back to Grim Dawn. I am playing a Nightblade, and we are early in the game, but our goal is to be eventually spamming Bone Harvest. So welcome back. Part of what I need to do today is I do want to get some components for my gear, start loading that out, and part of that's going to involve just a little bit of farming, so walk with me through that. And also, I'd like to note, in some of my other videos, the sound may have been off a little bit. I'm still taking a little time to adjust that, so I appreciate your patience, and hopefully we can just jump in and get started here. Also, one other error I made. I got a little too excited about this particular weapon last time. Omen, it is a great weapon. It's a lot of fun on any Vitality build. I may use it for just a little while until I find what I really need, but the problem is I did this way too early, got too excited, and I really am not going to be using that for very long, if at all. There's a crossbow I'm looking to get that will buff Phantasmal Blades, and I'll show you where to get it. So I should have concentrated on getting that and getting my components worked out. So error on my part, but not really a big deal. Totally fixable. One other thing is, I believe last time when I made a couple things to kind of help me out here, I actually used a little too much scrap. It came out of my shared resource. I'm going to work on a way to fix that so I don't pull anything else from shared resources, because I don't want to do that for the rest of the playthrough. I am going to, I took 5, so I'm going to basically pay back 5 scrap just to get it out of here. So once I get a couple more scrap, I'm going to return that and basically just count it as even. Here, I'll just buy this. This is wasting some money, so this is on me. Okay, well, I got it right now. So we'll go ahead and give that back just to make sure this is clean and try not to make things I'm not allowed to make. So I'll just pop those. I'll just throw them in here in the shared stash. There we go. They're out of the way. All that equipment in there, yes, I have stuff I could easily make this build without issue. I don't want to play like that. Just want to have fun, show you guys how you do this, start to finish. Now, one thing, again, I'm going to remind you, we are eventually going to take Necromancer. That's where Bone Harvest is. We can't use that till then. But we can't be a Necromancer until we join the Kaiman group, which they'll come up when we're in Homestead. So we'll get to that point. For now, I am going to go look for a few resources. So we're going to go kind of explore the Burwich outskirts. I'm going to kind of clear the area because I want to make sure I get scrap, resources, money. I need all that to make sure I can build components. My resistances are okay right now. I'd rather my poison be higher, piercing and bleeding higher too, and there's 2 major ways I can fix that, which are the Ward Stones and Silk Swatch. For now, I am gonna pick up some additional items. Let's see. That's some stuff I was holding. Okay, we're gonna move on. We already got Duncan here, so that makes that easy. And we are just gonna start clearing guys out. Now I'm gonna gain a few levels from this. This is something that you know, playing on your own, you may have to do as well. Just coming around and get some more resources. It's not a big deal. The game resets everything every time you come back in. So even if I play again and make another video today, is that really? Oh, that's funny. These are really hard to get early on, and I just had one drop and I have no use for it. But these global toxic residues, they buff a skill called Dreeg's Evil Eye. You can see it there in the description. It is a fantastic skill. If there's no other skill you can get through the game with, play Dreeg's Evil Eye. It is, honestly, it's a cakewalk. There's gear for it everywhere. It's a great little skill. It's not my preferred, but I have helped at least a friend of mine make a just crazy build out of it that is basically like a poison acid nuclear warhead, and it's not hard to make at all. All the gear exists for it, and it supports it so well. The only problem he has is, and we're working on this, he kills himself to reflect, but once he has all his things in order, then he'll be good. Now this group here, these are Bloodsworn. These are part of the group of the Cult of Catan. I hope that's how you say that. But basically, they're chaos dudes. They worship God, and he's a simple god. He just wants his blood back. It's that simple. He humanity had to use his blood to be humanity, so he just wants that back. And it takes a lot of blood sacrifices to do that. So, you know, you can understand where he's coming from. It's real chill otherwise. Now, these guys can drop a particular key that can get us into an area. We don't really need to go there. I may go in just to kind of see what my build can output, but I think there's some chaos damage dealt in there, and I don't have any chaos resist, so it could be fairly deadly. Now, I'm walking into a bunch of acid here. I mentioned before acid resist is not real good right now. Problem is, these guys are behind a pillar. They're going to be a little hard to hit. See, we just clear them out. Real careful. Early game, you got to be more careful about this. Later on, I will have to be less precise. There we go. That's all clear. So far, they have not dropped the key. There's a couple more guys over here. There's another item they can drop. It's fairly rare, and you have to catch the, I think it's the yellow named ones. They have little scepters, and they do a little bit more like casting and chaos magic. They have a scepter that boosts an occultist skill that leaves like a sigil on the ground. I'm sorry, I forget the name of it offhand. This class doesn't get it. That sigil doesn't do a whole lot on its own, but if you happen to get 2 of those scepters early, oh man, you can just clear everything. They do so much damage, and they steal a bunch of life, so it's super safe. And where do these spiders come from? You guys must fall out of the trees. It's a very easy way to play, and there's actually a old Phantasmal Blades build I had, and that was one of the methods I was going to use to level up, because I wanted to turn the Phantasmal Blades into chaos. That's one fun thing about this game. You can turn about any skill to use any damage you want, which is important because then you can use it just about as any class you want. I mean, you might need the core class that even has the skill, but you can do what you like with it from there. Alright, you've not gained any strap. That's not so great, although I think there's a few areas up ahead. If I had dynamite, I would open up the East Marsh, but I do not. You have an Ancient Heart. That's really nice. Components like this are a little hard to get early on, so there's actually a little quest we're going to do that'll get us. It's called the Blood of Catan, which is a Catan. I'm not sure how you say that exactly, but there is a little quest that'll help us get one of those, which will be useful for a particular component that I want to use in the build. And I admit it's a level 25 component, and it may be something you have to find the recipe for. I have recipes. Basically, if I get to the point I can use something in particular, I don't see any reason why I can't build it, as long as I get the parts. Some of those later items that you can find the recipes for, getting the parts would be really the hard part. Finding the recipe, or the recipe would be the hard part about it, but the time-consuming part would actually be getting the components. Because early on, it can be more difficult to get higher-end components. First of all, because in normal, there are reduced drop rates. Ultimate, I would say, has the normal drop rates, which you can see them as they're increased from normal. But it's so funny that 2 of these have dropped. You know, if I was playing Dream's Evil Eye, I would never see one of these. I mean, I'm probably going to end up selling them. Unless one's especially good, I might hold on to it. We'll see. But not for this particular build. The reason it's hard to get those components is they drop less, first off. And not only do they drop less, but when you outscale an area, if the enemies aren't your same level, I don't think they have a good chance of dropping them, or at least they don't drop them. So, like, if I fight beasts that cap out at level 20, because there's caps like that in normal, I can't just farm them and try to get ancient hearts from them. I cannot do that. They will just stop dropping them. Because I think it's a thing to make sure you don't, like, farm low-level content to try to do higher-level stuff. I think that's the whole purpose of it. So I notice my blades are taking good energy, but they're also doing lots of good damage now. We're just kind of passively clearing as we go. Now, there is a mini-boss out here. I'm probably not going to fight him because he can be a little dangerous and he's a bit bursty. I think his name is Gutworm. I think it's Gutworm. Anyway, Gutworm. If I had decided to play this skill, Ring of Steel, I would go try to fight him. But I thought that would not work well for the leveling of this. Might be fun to do another time. I think I would want to dedicate its own build to it. But there kind of is a build that already matches that I know about. Anyway, Ring of Steel is interesting because from that particular guy, I think it's Gutworm, he is kind of like this super mini-boss. Like, he's considered a boss, right? But he scales, like his zone scales to your level, I think, no matter what level you are. So I think even here, he scales all the way up. So, like, on one hand, that's good. On the other hand, he stays powerful the whole time. Like, he's always very dangerous. So I might be able to come back and fight him later when I have, like, more skill variety, better layered defenses, things like that, where I can actually handle him. But, like, as it stands, I would probably stand no chance versus him. I don't have the right resistances. I imagine he does a lot of bleeding, and that's one of my worst resists. Like, it's not going to go well. And he probably resists bleeding, if I'm not mistaken. The good thing about him is, for this skill, Ring of Steel, he gives a little kind of piercing bonus to it. His metal does. And I believe there's an amulet that gives bleeding to it. And later on, like level 70 or so, his same metal gives bleeding and piercing to Ring of Steel. And there are both 2 weapons, and there's an offhand that all give Ring of Steel like a big chunk of bleeding when you use it. I think they also reduce cooldown. So they have bleeding and reduce cooldown, which is kind of a funny combination. I can kind of explain why that's funny. But the point is, they make it very strong. So I don't want to do this yet. They make it very strong, and you can hit that, like, if you can get most... Oh, I forgot, there's a hood, too. There's a hood, too, that does the same thing. So you can actually make a pretty, like, potent bleed build very early with Ring of Steel. So that might be something fun to explore at some point. And there's a number of different ways you could make it. That wouldn't be any problem at all. But I didn't know if it would be good for leveling because you have to get real close to things. And Nightblade on the surface is not a tanky class. It's not a tough class. So I'm in Burwitch here. This is good. I'm going to get some Aether Crystals. I don't think I can get Burwitch this way. But I'm not looking to get into Burwitch. I'm trying to just look for resources. That's still... Okay, I got a little scrap now. So we can actually bank... That scrap's ours. Oh. Forgot these guys are 17. I'm also getting to the point I might be able to go and try to get that crossbow I was talking about. I might try to do that before Krieg, because I think it'll help a lot with fighting him. But with all those, like, kind of back in the Ring of Steel thing, with all those various items that boost Ring of Steel, that's strong. Like, you want, like, MIs like that you can get several of that boost the same stats, can make for some very strong things. Even if it's not the same damage type, because if they don't convert everything to that damage type, then you can still work with it. You might be able to change the damage type. The only problem is the items, like, percentage numbers may not work. So you gotta kind of be careful with that and judge things accordingly. Oh, I'm all the way over here. I'll take these, thank you. This is for that quest that gets that blood katana I was talking about. Well, we're here, we might as well do this. This will be pretty easy. Let's chuck this down. Spam these before they get up. That's half of them dead. The problem is there's guys behind me shooting me. Stop shooting me. Okay, there we go. seeing if I can get these spread out a little bit more. That is... I already said several times, I'm not really... This isn't my preferred skill. I don't think it's bad. It has good things to it. Just, it's not my preferred skill. There are 3 of these guys. Huh. Okay. I'll eventually get them, but they're just staying so close. Okay, get away. That's 1 down. Dropped another Stormcaller Circlet. Doesn't do us good. That's one of the disadvantages of resetting your session. I wouldn't, if I was still in the same session, I probably wouldn't have got that. Alright, all clear. We did get this. So when they drop with the 2 little things in there, they're double rare. If it had dropped as an MI and was double rare, we refer to those as triple rare. So this is an amulet. Oh wow, okay. Bleeding Chaos Pierce. I do lose a sizable chunk of fire cold, but it has regeneration, cast speed, spirit, and some damage. That's pretty good at this level. So I do want to use that. The problem is I lose my fire and cold resist. Now, that's fixable, assuming I get enough scrap, which I have not gotten enough yet. I may have to go see if I can find more. Ooh, a Ribbon Supremacy. This could be good compared to ours. Okay. Pierce, Fire, Lightning, Chaos. Pretty good. What do I lose? I lose the Vitality and Bleeding, which arguably I'm not using very much yet. Fire's one of our lowest. Lightning is also one of our lowest. That's a strong contender. And we'll probably use the damage more and get more experience. I'm going to use this. Look at that. 80, 80, 80. That's what you like to see. Now, I want some over the maximum too, but it's okay if we don't have that right now. And this does give a little chaos. That's something, I guess. Now, I had to look back on that, see if I still want to use Shadow's Grasp. I was able to use this last level. I don't think I did that. I don't have Veil's Shadow yet, or Shadow Strike. Was I going to get Shadow Strike? I think I was, just because it offers some movement. So, I mean, I could get both now and increase them, but let me see what this does for my skills. So, 253, 264. It's a little bonus. I'm not sure that's worth giving up the cast speed. Like, it's not that much. Yeah, I'm a little closer to being able to use this. I probably could go ahead. That evens out the total resist. I do want some other resist though. Okay. So here's the thing. We need more scrap. We need more everything. Ooh, too much fire. Alright. I think I'm going to go underground here. This is kind of not the way forward. It's kind of way back. But I've got the portal. I can come back here whenever I want. I'm just checking to see if there's any resources down here I can make use of. Boxes are good. You can sometimes find scrap from them. Sometimes there are false walls. Oop, hello. Nothing so far. Not even a book. Sometimes this way is blocked. There's like a big rock in the way. Not today. We can get through. So that's good. Scrap? Nope. That's part of the problem. I need scrap right now. I could potentially buy scrap if I really had to. I'd rather not. I'd rather just find a bunch. I'm gonna hit 18 really fast here. So, damage and energy seem fairly decent at the moment. There's some scrap. Okay. So my damage and energy seem kind of like balanced. Hey, okay, get out here. Seem a little balanced at the moment. Like, I'm using energy, but not that much. And I'm doing damage, and not that little. So, it's alright. just do I want to keep going with this? This is just a way around. I'm just going to see if there's anything over here notable. A few rat dudes. A few rat guys. Nothing. I need a better place for scrap. This is not a good location for it. I don't think I can go. If I go back, I don't know if I still get scrap from piles and stuff, or I don't know if I get aether crystals, because the same rule applies to like the levels with that. I'll demonstrate that though. I may go show what I mean about that. Like those aether crystals always drop at like at least one of these. When I say at least, they can drop bigger crystals or they can drop the clusters. But they always drop one of those. But the crystals and clusters are much rarer. Much rarer. Okay, so I'm back out here again. I'm just seeing if there's like some piles that have scrap. Big old briarthorn out here. Neat. Don't see those guys out here very often. They live in East March. They like to, roam out here and ruin everybody's day. I like to also ruin everybody's day, so I understand where they're coming from. So I'm like in a kind of divot with the little stream or whatever here. Let's make it a little harder for me to shoot stuff. Okay, energy actually is getting chewed up pretty bad. And that was because my amulet gave me some energy regen, so it did matter. How are we doing? Oh, I gained another level. Okay, I need to consider what to do with these levels from here. Increasing cast speed is okay, but that's going to spend energy faster. This might help. It kind of depends on me getting hit. This is going to be something I use in the build, but I really don't do that much of those damages yet for me to invest. Veil Shell is also good, and that's also good. Alright. Let's take Veil Shadow now. So I'm going to want that anyway. I'll take Night's Chill, but I may not put more than a couple points in Night's Chill for the time being. Or should I take that back? I'm going to get it to 9. That'll just give a little bit more. Rest in here. That makes the aura bigger, gives it more offensive ability reduction, and also more total speed reduction. Remember what total speed does? It increases your move, attack, and cast speed. But what if you negative something's total speed, so you reduce all those stats instead. So it's pretty nice. It's just a straight subtraction. Okay, nothing back here. Alright, we're going to try something. It's not a big deal. I'm going to pop back to Lower Crossing. I'm going to show you guys. I don't think the crystals here will drop anything for me. The enemies certainly won't give me much. They're level 8. They're 10 levels below. I think that's kind of a break point where they drop a lot less. So I'm going to check this crystal. If I still get crystals from it, that'll be pretty swell. Okay, a little higher level enemies there. Oh, nope, they still drop them. Okay, I didn't think they did. So even though they're lower level enemies, it might be okay to come farm some of these areas a little bit. At least get the scrap. Because I believe in the old dump, there are scrap piles. We're just looking for resources to make ourselves stronger. Okay, we only have 2 scraps so far. Okay, let's go see if we can find where the good scrap piles are. I'm killing these guys just in case. I'm going to go in the cave here, because there's a good amount of things inside. So it appears the faster I go, the harder this is. Okay, most guys I think I can one-shot here. I still can't get that angle. There we go. It's like you can get the angle on one, you can get the angle on both. And Kazog will be back down here, but he doesn't scale, so he's kind of stuck at level 8. So look how much faster I kill him now. I'm not even like hardly trying. Just stand there and just shoot him. Did he drop scrap? He did. Okay, that's good to know. bodies. Let's drop a War Chief's Glory. Interesting. That might come in handy. He's got a new skull. It doesn't really do anything different for me. I'll take it just to sell. Because even the money will get me scrap at this point. See, now I feel like I'm scrounging. But what's happening is I'm actually checking the wrong places for scrap. I knew the old dump would probably have scrap, and I'm here running around these areas. I can also go further ahead, but I want my resistance to shoot first. It's kind of a catch-22. To get further ahead, I need to go to the further ahead area, but to go to the further ahead area, I need better stats. Oh, there's a big pack there. They are doing hardly anything for my experience bars, but they are giving me nice aether crystals, so I can work with that. Good. Aether crystals, how are we? 15. 15's great. That will let me probably build some of the components I want. Alright. And we're getting out to the old dump. I gotta look for, like, I gotta look for piles of garbage. You know, what we really want to do in life. Let's just hunt through garbage. These guys don't offer much. Not much there. This might be part of your kind of initial Gundam experience. I overspent some of my resources. And also I used my scrap a little early to open the gate, because I knew I wanted to go that way. So I don't really mind. We're just looking around out here. Most things I'm going to be able to just one-shot. Oh, he dropped scrap. That's nice. What about you? You can drop some scrap? No. Okay. I don't want much. Like, I think 9 or 10 pieces would do it. Sometimes there's things hidden back here. Let me cycle that around. There is not this time, so we'll pop it back. Sorry for any weird, intense, spinny feelings I gave anyone. Okay, I can go fight the guy in here. I might do that. See if the shield's a little better for me. Okay. This area does not scale to me. It says level locked at 10. So we can sit here and kill things without any issue. We are stronger than them. The boss is going to hit a lot of acid though, so I have to be careful about that. Acid resistance is not the best. However, there might be good resources in here, and he may die rather quickly. I can also do this number, get up close to him, and just hit this. Charge some energy while I'm at it. Easy. Okay. But he's supposed to be easy. He's, like, much lower level. The Cheat Buckler. Oh, that's got both poison and elemental resist. And the stats aren't bad otherwise. I lose a lot of energy regeneration. But that's a nice little shield. That might suit me until I get my resist a little higher and a two-hander. My energy is going to be a little struggling with that. Go across. Just looking for resources that might be handy. Nothing here. Now there's a totem in here. I might go ahead and do it, just because they can offer good resources too. Check over here before I start this totem. Okay, totem time. It's only level 10. I shouldn't have any trouble. But there's this water here is not water. If you see, like, I'm taking damage. Kind of the right places. Like, I'm taking damage. My regen is covering it, so I'm fine, but I don't want to stand there. Okay, they're level 12. Just poison them, cut through them. So this is a little bit more how the build will kind of work. I'll be able to stand and cast, mostly because I'm going to steal a bunch of life while doing it. So I feel like I got the Helmut shotgun, but maybe I didn't. Ember Grip handguards, let me check those. So these have cast speed, but they have no resistance. Our curtain gloves don't have any either. They do give a little burn damage, and they've got some stats, which is handy. These are kind of a maybe. Like, Don't really need them. These gloves have a bunch of resist, but no cast speed. And those gloves also resist and no cast speed. And the Cruel Edge. That's interesting, because it's got Battle Cry on it, so when we get hit, kick on. And makes things physical and gives a punch of physical every so often. I'll have to think about that.
My inventory is full.
That may end up doing more.
Can't carry anymore.
What is this? Oh, it must take up more slots. Alright. Some items take up more slots than others. This one probably takes 4. Yep, takes 4. Alright. I have 5 pieces of scrap, though. I was hoping to get to like 9 or 10. 9's good because there's a lot of different things to take like 3 while you build them. So I was hoping for 9. There's 6. Yeah, this is where I should have been looking for scrap. Would have got it a little faster. I do want to head on. I do want to get through things. I don't like being locked to Burwitch. But I'm trying to have an experience that'd be similar enough to what somebody else would have starting off. I think you kind of duplicate this a bit. There's another scrap, so this is good so far. I'll go down here. I'm gonna search. Keep searching the old dump kind of area. Although I think this kind of turns into white mire now. So I don't think those guys typically drop scrap. They might drop. Do I have any? Yeah, the serrated spikes. That's a little bit harder of a component to get early on. I have a few of them, so I've done alright. But I think these guys can drop serrated spikes. If I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me. I do not mind correction. Okay, scrap? Nope. You guys got any scrap? Nope. Any more scrap piles? There's none there. Nope. That looks like it's about all I'm gonna get, unless there's more of this. There's more over this way. I don't see a totem. So you can see totems on the map well before you get there. Don't know if I can show that off. I don't know if as many spawn in normal as they do in other difficulties. Just because there's not much reason to spend time in normal and farm. The only one I know for sure always has the 3 respawn points is in Twin Falls. That place there has 3 points the totem spawns on, but you can see 2 from the portal, which means if you can see 2 through the portal, if you don't see that either location, it's always at the 3rd location, so you can farm it all day long. I'm throwing button. That's okay. Literally no harm, no foul. Hey, remember this is where we found that crossbow before. Look, it's back again. We can just pick that up so we can sell it. I'm probably going to go back soon. Do I want that? I gotta move too much inventory around. It's kind of a waste of time. Let's just fight a few more things. Hope they drop scrap or something. They like to pop out of there and then often pop out again. There's another scrap. Where are we at? 8. 8's good. 8's good. Might be another pile up here. Nothing? Okay. See, I'm just kind of scanning with my mouse. I don't remember if there's a way to pop up what destructibles are nearby. I really don't. It's not usually important. It is here to what I'm doing. Eventually you get so much scrap. Like, I think I've got over 2 grand scrap just sitting in my stash, and I'm sitting here farming that I don't need. So, like, long term, you get plenty of scrap unless, of course, you are crafting things that take up a lot of scrap. Then you will burn it very quickly. And you may have to farm it. But it seems to come easier than many, many other resources. I'm just checking back here. Is this the cave with the rovers? It is. Okay. This place, I think there's a few opportunities for scrap while we're in here. These guys get up to 12. That's nice. Hey, guys, stop. Okay. See, Ring of Steel might actually be easier than I give it credit for. Oh, good, the rovers are gone, and hopefully they're not dead. Who knows? Maybe they're dead. I don't think they are. I actually don't know that. If you save the rovers here, do they appear in another camp? Anybody knows, let me know. I'm just curious. There's no destructible objects otherwise. There is a crack there. Nothing. Okay. I was just hoping to get to 9. Alright, so this is taking a lot of extra time for no win so far, so we're going to pop back to town. My inventory is pretty much full anyway. I'm going to sell everything. Hopefully I can just buy that 9th piece of scrap. Watch me not even need it. Let's just see.
See anything you like?
There we go. I got 9 pieces of scrap. Wonderful. Yeah, these vendors reset pretty often. So this stuff... Okay, I'm going to keep the War Chief's Glory. I think I can make use of that. Because it's really not bad. I do lose some regen, but it's not a huge deal. I could just raise my 1 skill I've been avoiding raising. See, ectoplasm, that's what I need. Okay. Maybe I could pop that on a ring. I'll wait on that. Where did I even get ectoplasm? I must have got it from a chest. Alright. The axe. I don't think we want to bother with that. We definitely don't want the Berserker's Cowl. And I think I decided against Shadowgrass. I'll hold it for a second. Element we're just going to keep because we can. Oh, how did I not notice this? This gives 2 to Phantasmal Blades. So, I won't have the cast speed, but this will do a lot more damage for it. We may do that. I don't think I need the poison as much. Here, let's see. So to compare, 254, 265, this raises it 2 levels. So it's up in the 300s now, just with using that. But it's going to spend a lot more energy, so I got to be careful, but I think we could do that. I don't need this stuff then. 2 to lethal. Do I want that? It's got really good resists. Okay, Pierce. That much Pierce this early is good, but I want to replace that. I won't want to wear those forever. Okay. No. I'm probably selling good items here, and someone's like, "No, don't." It's fine. We're gonna be moving out these items super quick anyway. That I'm definitely gonna sell. I think mine's better. The amulet I have now is better than that, and it's fine compared to that. I probably should have kept that just because of the Chaos Resist, but you can pick up several Chaos Resist items coming up here. Oh. How did I not know I had this? Got Pierce and Elemental. See, I like that Elemental a little better than the Cold and Lightning. And my Lightning is over-capped, so I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. I just have to fix Cold. Very good. Look at those resists. They're looking much better. And I lost quite a bit. Okay. I lost quite a bit of health regeneration. Says I have 13. With this on, it's at 41. If I raise this a couple more points, it'll kind of go back up and cover that. So that may be the next thing we'll do. That will increase cast speed, but I did just lose cast speed. This guy, I am going to kill. I want his stuff. Not curious to know. Explain yourself. I'm going to let him explain himself. And I'm say, not good enough, die, because he's just going to give me the keys to get into that little chaos place I mentioned earlier. You can find those. It's not a reward you can get anywhere else. But what you get from killing him is not really a reward you can
What's
get
with
from
all the
else.
commotion?
But having it this early is super nice.
I trusted that.
Okay, so we got money, reputation, and blood a ton, which is super
Have
important.
you found a rift gate? Good work. While you were
Okay,
gone, there have been
making sure. I hit this. You see the
While
button
you were
here?
gone,
Dash is right
there
there.
have been Warden Krieg.
I'll end his life. Okay, we're gonna go. Our goal is to head for the Warden now. I have requests, good. And I've got a bit of scrap. Okay, what can we fix? Acid would be the easiest thing to fix first, so let's do that. So we just go to the last tab, acid resist. What do we find here? Anti-Visitant Salve. As far as I know, you don't need a recipe to unlock this one. I think Runestone you do, so I'm going to avoid using Runestones for just a while. The Gimbal Lever, definitely, but I wouldn't touch that till 25. Runestone, I might avoid because a player wouldn't have it. I have to look up where you get Runestone, but Wardstone you can get early, and Wardstone is fantastic. So this wants to pull from my scrap heap. I've got 9 here, so let's pick 1. See, it just took from there. Okay, so I've got 69 poison resist. We might punch that the way up. What's our run speed? Not great, but I doubt I have any traveler's marks this early, so we're not going to worry too much about it. This would be pretty nice to use too on my gloves, because that would speed me up. And the ectoplasm would help with energy. See, it gives 20% energy and 3 energy per second. I don't want to spend it quite yet, though. Alright, that helps there. And I want to see what a Wardstone will cost me. Wardstone takes Aether Crystals. Now, I've got more in my stash. I have 15 here I can use. So, and let me make sure I have the other components. Cracked Lodestone, Shield Steel, Searing Ember. No problem. We'll make one of those. This, I just got this shiny new ribbon. Let's pop it on the ribbon. Oh, let me see what it does, show you what it does. Move speed, elemental resist, and bleeding resist. This thing is fantastic early on. Look at that. We are in good shape with the elemental resist. Again, you want them, like, down the road, I want those overcapped. 80% in, like, normal, even on veteran, is perfectly fine. Things might reduce your resist. They're not going to kill you if you get dropped to, like, 50%. Like, you're not just going to get one shot. In ultimate, you might. It depends on your hit points and other layered resistances, but you might, so you want to avoid that. Another thing that would be handy would be some Scaled Hide. Reason we want Scaled Hide is the armor absorption. That's like the key thing with it. Now that is also going to take 3 Aether Crystals and then a Scavenge Plating and Bristly Fur. We got a Bristly Fur here, and we got Scavenge Plating right there. So we'll make one. I'm going to put this on my pants. That's where I usually like to put it. I've seen people get 2 of these. I find one's fine. We'll see. I'm not like up close so most of the time, so I'm trying to stay away. I think that's fine. I would like the acid a little higher. I think I might have to deal with it though. And then one other thing is I'm gonna need piercing and bleeding pretty soon. So an easy way to do that is so I look at plating. You want resilient plating. It's the one that has the pierce resist on it. So this takes 3 scrap and 3 scavenge plating. I got both of those. Make one. Set that aside. And then you want the silk swatch. I believe you don't need a recipe to make this. You just have to make this one first, then silk swatch. So it's a little more expensive. So 3 Aether Crystals, 1 resilient plating, which I just made, and 1 of these serrated spikes. These you don't get many of. You can sometimes buy them from the vendors. But this gives you a silk swatch. Now I'm going to put this on my shoulders. That's where I like to put it. And it gave me a bunch of pierce resist and bleed resist. So those are in good shape. Now, for me, I like having acid resist. I really do. And I'm a little tempted to make another Wardstone anyway because of my shield. Because I take the shield off, I'm going to lose that elemental resist. And I may want to take the shield off if I find something that's like a good focus, especially if I move into the crossbow later, which it might be about time to go do that. So I'm going to see if I got enough to make a Wardstone again. Wardstone's going to take the Aether Crystals. My other resources are fine for that. Yep. And the one other thing was... Okay, Wardstone... Just blanked out. What was the other thing that I wanted here? I should sell this too. I don't need that narrow band. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to move this belt. We're doing it. We're pulling the trigger on the belt. Cool. Did I just throw that on the ground? Sure did. Okay, so I messed up because I put the anti-venom sound on this before I changed things out. Not a problem. Okay. Acid, resist, blast tab. We're just going to make another anti-venom salve. I should have all the resources. That, and this. Absolutely. We're good. We got one. This is gonna. Okay. It's up to you where you put it. The armor can only hold certain components, and the head can only hold certain components, so I like to leave them very last. Gloves also have a few key ones. For example, this spell-woven threads can only go on hands, on gloves. And it's real good. That cast speed's nice. So I'm going to pop these on boots. I will get move speed. I did get a little bit. So I'm going to do that, and I am going to do a ward stone again. That'll help with move speed too. Alright, ward stone, check those resources. Okay, so I'm almost out of this. I'm totally out of scrap. I'm glad I got 9. And we're going to put this on our amulet now. Okay. Piercing, bleed are amazing. Acid will be better once I can get this off, which we'll show you how you do that. And let me reorganize this a little bit. I'm just going to keep these not like that. Why not? Just for now. Doesn't matter. And oh, that's my real old one. Let's do it like this. Alright, I am done with the unpleasantries. We are waiting. We're going to use those two, most likely soon. We also want to check one other thing. Vitality damage. So, I like Gluttony. Gluttony is fantastic. It takes Ancient Heart. Ooh, we have one. Fantastic. It takes Music Ichor, Serrated Spike, and Roiling Blood. I've got those. Farm those up. Not a problem. I can just make it right now. It costs 15,000 and would give me a Gluttony. Gluttony has a fantastic little ability on it. It has Aether Resist, Lifesteal, all kinds of good stuff. Problem is, can't use it till 25 anyway. Let's make it. I'm going to use it anyway. Pop it there. And we're going to use that when we can. Alright, I'm probably going to sell these two. I don't really need them. Okay. Great.
Hey,
This run has been a little too much kind of farming. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Sell these. We will double check to make sure there's not anything that seems a little better. Nope. Probably not. Yep. It's going to take something real strong now to get better. We're going to get something like that soon. I want to explore Burwitch first. And we're going to do that now. Burwitch is not going to take me long to generally explore. I'm just going to kill things through it. I'm going to get a few quests done, get a devotion shrine, and those will be huge impacts to how strong we are. Then we are going to go get our crossbow, which I might save for the next episode. I've already got the door open. It's just a matter of walking over there and being strong enough to handle it, which these resists are going to help me immensely with that. So much. And that was part of why I wanted the War Chief's Glory. The stats aren't great, but the resistances are particular ones that are handy right now. Like long term, not really. I'll trade it out. But right now, they're fantastic. Kill all these guys, and there's little stars on the ground for the boxes we want. Not a problem. You know what sucks? This is probably a good place for scrap too. Because all these boxes are here. There's some at the end of the docks. That's another fabric. Okay. All of our fabric's like right here. That's handy. So the fabric goes to the lady in town. She just wants everybody to have, you know, some window dressings. It's important to her that people have, you know, like little curtains they can pull, and skirts, things like that are real handy to have. But she makes you some armor, so you can kind of let go of any sense that makes. No, I know clothing's important, especially in a crapsack world like this. All right, just stab all those guys. We're doing really good damage now, so I think I can often just, if I miss, throw our spikes out one time and pop guys. I'm just looking for any other resources that might be out here. Some scrap there. I want scrap. Eventually we're not going to think about the scrap too much. We'll just be able to move. And we will get more scrap than we can do. One of the key things in Grim Dawn is if you are not looking for something, you're guaranteed to find it. The moment you start looking for something, you will never find it. I'm joking about that, but not totally. That's a ring I need to set aside. I saw a bunch of resists on that. Oh, it's really not that good. Okay. It's got elemental and pierce, but my rings are a lot better. Good job, me. Good job. Oh, one of my favorite components here, double touch ammo. Fantastic little component. I love that one. It is chaos and fire, so it's not really good for what I'm doing, and you need a gun to be able to use it. But it is like, it's just a super effective little early bonus. Oh, good, we got some chemical records. Criminal records. Give us a boost of experience. Now, last time when outside Burwich, those guys outside were level 19, and I was like, I gotta back off, mostly because they were doing too much damage, and there's only gonna be more of them. Now they might still be higher level than me, but with my resist and me being, you know, closer, like I've closed that gap, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm more worried about the ghosts because I don't know their exact resistances. I recall that Vitality does okay against them, but cold, they're nearly like immune to. Like they don't take much from cold. I don't think I do much cold, but look at my energy, I'm just burning it super fast. These are good enemies to fight. Why am I not hitting him? Oh, he's like on the doorway. Shelf. It's not so bad to kill bookshelves. There is a little cave under there. I don't want to do that right now. My goal is I'm trying to get this devotion shrine, which I went the wrong way, walked right into a rock. So we're going to go around, fight a bunch of these guys. So I have a level coming up. And I'm also a little heavy on the attribute points right now. I want to save those though, because that crossbow that I'm aiming for, that might be a little heavier on certain resources like cunning than I expect. So I want to hold on to that for now, because I basically want to use the first good, maybe even the first one I get, because some MIs early are a little hard to find. Unfortunately, we're a bit reliant, so we're going to have to farm one of them for sure, although I don't know exactly when I'm going to farm that. It might be okay to farm after we're Necromancer and have Bone Harvest. That'll certainly make it a little easier. Okay. Sometimes the angles are a little iffy. Alright, so up here... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Pop portal here. I do want to clear this. But my strategy here is I'm going to go after this crystal, apparently. And all these guys, these buddies here, clear them out. Okay, I want that 8th crystal. And there's a bunch of guys down there. So now it's worthwhile. No, no. None of this. None of this being alive. The strategy that I'm playing, let me get back on point, is that I'm going to go through this building, kill all these guys, and make my way into the Warden's cellar. The reason being, I know there's a portal in there. So that's not something you're going to be able to probably employ your first time through the game, but if you know there's a portal somewhere, like for say first time through the game but you're on Elite and you remember where some of the portals are, you can leave your own personal portal where you were, go grab a portal that's a bit ahead, and you can just warp back. And then you can always head back up to the portal whenever you're ready. Come on. I think there's bookcases against this wall. I guess they got blown up already. But take all these books. Tasty, tasty books. Alright. I've got more points. I am ready to raise this a few levels. I think I'm going to put all points here. Some more regen would be good. Some more offensive ability is good. Actually, yeah, that was pretty solid. That'll help me crit. And if you don't know how offensive ability works, very basically, your score, you want to beat the enemy's score by, you know, by a good amount. The more you beat an enemy's score by, like if you beat their score, you hit 100% of the time, right? I don't recall if there's a little bit of like rolling to it, if there's like a little bit of randomness to where you can still miss. Not 100%. I don't think so. There may still be a little bit of kind of rolling it, like 10% high or low, something like that. Anyway, when you hit an enemy, if you beat their offensive ability by a certain amount, then you start getting percent chance to crit. And the more you beat their defensive ability, the more chance to crit. Additionally, if you beat offensive ability by a whole heck of a lot, all big, huge numbers of OA, you can start doing bigger crits. So the crits are like yellow. You'll see those. You won't see the other colors, though. The other colors, they start going to orange to red. Like, they basically get darker and like from yellow to red, darker and darker. And those crits do higher. They have higher base. Not base. That's not the way to describe it. So they like a crit basically is increasing your damage by percentage. The higher crits give a little bit more to that percentage. So I think a crit is like 110% more damage, something like that. That seems right. So a bit like one of the, like a red crit might be, like an orange crit might be 120%, red crit might be 130%. So they hit even harder, which if you've got a lot of base crit damage, in addition to that, you kind of can max out damage that way. These guys can be super dangerous. Be real careful about them. They come on you they come up to you so fast and tear into you really quick. Just catch you off guard if you're not well aware of what they are capable of. Kill these guys. Alright. I think we're going to get this devotion shrine, and then we may stop this episode. Okay, I'm getting surrounded. Don't want to be surrounded. I do want to be down here, but I don't want to be surrounded. Ooh, I'm eating through energy super fast. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need this. Oh, I've got two. Yeah, I think it's time. We're gonna start with one. Whoa. Oh, they want to go on helmets too? No, we're not gonna do helmet. We're gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That should help. It's extra regen and extra, like, base. So my potion restores a percentage, so that'll help. And scepter, revolving cannon, two other chests, and another leper. Okay, get him out of the way. Onward. The main reason we're here is to destroy bookcases. I'm lying. That's not the reason we're here. Although, books are nice. Oh yeah, we're getting all the reading done today. All the tasty readings. Is that another one? No. There's two more in here, though. Oh, you can't break this. They're immune. Most powerful things in this game. Trees, doors, and bookshelves that decide when they don't want to be destroyed. Alright. So I'm going to pop back real quick to get these fabrics out of here. And because we have the Warden's portal, it's a really good stopping point. Oh, I want to get that one thing done. So the Inventor's Apprentice is not just good because of the experience and stuff you get, but because you can take something like this old belt that I don't want to use anymore. I want that anti-venom salve back, so I just keep the add-on. It's going to cost me quite a bit, but I get it back, no hassle. Pop it on the belt. Oh, look at that! We're in good shape again, and we've got much better regeneration. Top line resists are almost all 80% at this point. This is where I like to be. Like near the end of Act 1. I want 80% all top line. If bleed can get up there 50 to 80, that'd be great. Vitality is a little low for my liking, but it's tolerable. Aether's good. As it said, like, Krieg is about the only one that's going to do like real Aether damage right now. And having 29% is good enough. Don't think we want these pants. No. I do want that scrap. No, I don't think any of this is... Yeah, we want better boots, but our boots have move speed and stuff, so I'm going to kill all that stuff. I think I decided the ring wasn't very good compared to ours. So we're good there. So all that. I got this other ectoplasm. If I need more energy, that's a way to get it. And I do have 2 spell woven threads now. So once I hit 20, that'll give me more cast speed. But I don't really need more cast speed because I'm burning energy too fast. So I need to just kind of settle back on that a little bit. Chill out. Go give her her fabrics. Now, she's going to give me a suit of armor. It might be way better than what I've got. Because my armor, honestly, it's not very good. Okay, so let's see here. I can't use it. It requires 20. But it gives elemental, aether, and vitality. These are all things I could use. I do lose some cast speed and energy regen. I think that's acceptable. 173 armor is a lot to pass up. So I think we're going to move to this armor. I don't have any components on it, so we're in good shape. Alright, that looks pretty good. I don't need any stats for it. So you notice I'm not really spending my points. It's because I want to keep them available for when I go get my crossbow. So, next time, I think the goal is going to be go take care of the crossbow. Once we have the crossbow, then go take care of Krieg. If we have time, we'll make a small stop into Forgotten Gods because I want a set of movement components. Those are really, really handy to have early and can help you move around. But I want to buy a few. That way, if I replace my metal, then I don't have to worry about jump back to Forgotten Gods every 5 minutes or so. So thank you for joining me here today, and we will continue on our path of getting through what is, I believe, considered Act 1 in Grim Dawn, and getting over to the Arcovia region. And what does it say on the local map? The Arcovian Foothills is where we're ultimately heading. We got to get done with all the Warden stuff, which is underground up here. But we got the points, we got the quests. I did forget these 2 guys. We might make a quick stop and kill them, but that's it. All right, thanks again for joining us, and hope you have a great day. Take care.